Hello, stream. It's me, Thimble. Dungeon Master is currently experiencing some technical difficulties with the streaming software. He is unable to speak right now, so give him a bit. We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Oh god, no.
I don't have a car.
We've come to
It's the
talk to you
first
about your
third-person
body's extended
choice.
warranty.
Hello, I am from Microsoft. Your computer hacked. We need your
Thimble,
bank
I
account
don't
to
have
fix.
a body. I am just a spirit inside of armor.
Can I buy you then? Do you have rights
No.
then?
Hello there. Alright.
Wait.
Okay,
That
I
is a good question.
think I am being heard. Let me just test something real quick. Alright, I snapped my finger and looked loud enough. Alright. Hello everybody, and sorry for that small delay. I am the host Dungeon Master, and welcome to another session of RuneScape Dungeons & Dragon. I need a better name.
David.
No, I mean for what I'm calling this entire series?
The Adventures of the Quest Collective.
Well, that's the name of the Discord, so I should probably go along with that, sure. But anyway, we are missing one person, and that person right now is occupied with real life stuff. They'll be here soon. And someone else is also going to be bouncing off for a few minutes because they have a delicious pizza that they refuse to share with us. Jerk. But with that, we are going to be starting this session right now. Let me make sure I have something set up. I noticed I don't have my thing connected to the image that I have here. I don't know why. But meanwhile, while I do that, let me just open this up real quick. Also, it is about 66 degrees down here in Florida. It was even colder before. I thought it was going to snow down here, considering the fact that the rain actually looked like it was snow. Like, not kidding, it looked like it was snow with the rains. I was a
Wait,
little bit happy.
66 Fahrenheit?
Oh, no. It was 66 degree Fahrenheit, yes. But it was yesterday, or the day before yesterday, it was 42. But understand, for Florida, down here, South Florida, that's cold.
Mate, that is fucking 19 degrees in Celsius. That's hot.
I can imagine.
No,
for
that's
some people it
medium.
is. I can imagine for some people it is.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's medium.
I can't find this image now. I just closed up my thing and I can't find. Oh, here it is. Good God. All right. Let me just. There. I want to make sure the people at home can see Falador at his beauty. All right. Is everybody ready?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. All right. So, let me just remember where we left off. Okay. Previously, a session ago, you have all continued with your plan to try to ambush, or at least confront, for one of you, confront the cult members that have been kidnapping the citizens of Falador. But you managed to realize something. Thanks to the help of your newest companion, Zelda, who just so happened to be around the area that you guys teleported to, you managed to find out that there is a Zamarakian hawk surveying the area, coming to the conclusion that is either a bad omen or it is a familiar beast. And that is why you found the cavern not only empty, but no cultist member meeting up with any kidnapper that they've hired, which you guys were attempting to be one. Except for Asumi, who's a white knight, obviously. He was going by his own code and rules. Returning to Falador, you managed to interrogate the kidnappers that you have imprisoned. One of them was alive, as the other one died due to poison, which you have no idea of yet. But the one that is living managed to provide to give you a detailed information about a comrade of his that he considers a drinking buddy at a bar called the Night. I think it was the Knight's Bar, or did I call it the Knight's Inn?
I think it called the Night Tavern.
The Night Tavern, yeah, could be it. At a tavern called the Night Tavern. And he
Sorry,
wears...
Night Bar.
A bar, tavern, potato. Anyway, he wears a full green attire with a leather shoulder pad on his left. And it has a green hood on him. He usually wears that all the time. And he would usually be there after completing a task. So while the rest of you had planned to abuse poor Asumi by drugging him in his drink and knocking him out and using him as bait, you all, Asumi, filled with determination, is leading the group of you to the bar, which we're there now. As you see the bar from the distance, Asumi stops midway from his walk, as he wanted to say this before. Not before, but he told me this midway. And for those of you at home, Asumi is mute in real life, so I'm reading it for him. He stops midway, thinks for a moment, and turns around to you guys and goes, I just realized something. We might have to wait a day or so before confronting our other kidnapper.
Why?
He's typing that now, give him a minute. He says, it's only been last night since we went to the cavern and we were spotted by the hawk. There's a good chance that they have not yet contacted their hired kidnappers to inform them of a new meetup location. We don't know how those wand works, whether or not they will automatically change the location.
That's pretty smart. You are smart, Asumi.
He responds with, he looks at you, Rudovic, and with the expression of, not sure if he should take that as a compliment, but he nods either way, as he looks at Thimble and goes, well, what do you think we should do? Without breaking my code of honor. You made a typo there, Asumi. I'm sorry, give me a moment. Okay. Without breaking my code of honor, I could keep an eye on him, but I would have to be obvious that I'm keeping an eye on him.
Yeah, that's tricky. I would prefer to have you with us, but I think I have a way of getting around that once we actually get things set up.
Assuming asked me real quick out of character, so everybody could know. He asked me, the dungeon master, whether the bar is famous for like the White Knights itself, and yes, I will say this: that the Knight Tavern is a famous location for White Knights to be able to go to if the rising sun is too crowded with civilians, adventurers, tourists, and they just want to get away from all that. The knights and some guards would usually be at this tavern. Asumi responds saying, I could just walk in and sit down with the rest of you as if we're drinking, but the only issue would be that I would be the only one sticking out, like, as they say, a sore thumb when it comes to surveying him. Oh, he edited this comment saying, wanting to add that since the bar is famous for white knights, he would stick out amongst the group of you, but he wouldn't stick out when it comes to the tavern itself.
I mean, you could just show up after us.
We could split in group.
Assuming he's typing, give him a moment. He responds with, hold on, he deleted it. He responds with, I don't know of any other plans that we could do that wouldn't that it wouldn't affect my code of honor. The only thing that I can do is just get in there, order a drink, and keep an eye on him. We could split up in groups, but if it comes to doing anything, I would have to confront him if he does anything that I find suspicious.
What about we keep eye on kidnapper and you just enjoy drink?
You
Yeah,
will
make sure you
sit
finish
with
the
your
drink.
back turned to him. Easy as that, you don't see any suspicious activity.
Yes, and he feels safe because no one watches him. Well, no knight.
Assuming responds with a suspicious activity, like if he's acting, I don't know, weird, as if he looks like he's about to rob someone or is talking to a shady figure. I can only view what he's doing, but I can't sneak up and eavesdrop. So I can keep an eye on him. But if he comes to notice me, I cannot hide. I would have to make it obvious that I'm watching him. So the rest of you would have to be the ones doing the more stealthy approach.
Yes. You only go in bar, we do rest. You're not involved in anything. Literally not do anything.
How about we sit down at a table? You sit with your back turned to the guy, just, chilling, drinking something, and we turned towards him. We watch him. And if shit hits the fan, as they say, we tell you that, hey, he's doing something bad. We need to go beat him up and break his arms.
He types that he takes a moment to think about it before going, I suppose that does sound like it's not something that would work against my code of honor.
Yes,
Actually,
you're not
that is a good question. Hold up. He actually asked something else. Nobody told him who they're after. Who you're after, right? Nobody gave him the description of his outfit.
You know, he has no idea. We didn't talk with him about anything.
Yeah, so if nobody told him, assuming all you know is that the person you're after is within the bar. You don't know what he looks like. Okay, hold up, because he said that changes everything, so he's gonna say something else. Hold up. He responds with, well, there's a plus side then. Since I do not know what our target looks like, I can, by pretending I do not know who you guys are looking at, I will just keep an eye on the entirety of the tavern and make sure that no one is actually acting too suspiciously.
Problem solved.
Yes, literally do nothing. Very easy. Should come natural to you, orc. Half orc.
Alright. Dimple, would you like to say any part of this since you're Asumi's stealthy brain?
I mean, seems like it's gonna work out. Main thing is just, Asumi, just focus on enjoying your drink, alright?
Asumi says he nods as he turns around and just walks over to the tavern, letting you guys talk or do what you need to do before joining him. Does everybody else follow along, or?
What did you say? The pizza delivery guy called me that he's gonna be here in 20 minutes, so I didn't catch anything. Like within the last 1 minute, what did you say? Really sorry about that.
No problem. It's just Asumi just walks into the tavern, just asking if anybody else is joining in or would want to say something to each other before joining Asumi and walking in the tavern.
Nah, just go in.
I'd stick by Thimble, just waiting for the like telling them to poison someone. I'd just be waiting for that.
Not yet, Barrett, not yet.
My fingers are trembling on the vial.
Take it easy. You'll get a chance soon.
Alright. So, move this microphone out of the way. Alright. So, as you guys enter the bar. You see, it is a bit filled with white knights and guards, but also some casual civilians, adventurers, all sitting down, eating, drinking. As you all enter, you're looking around and you don't really spot anyone out of the ordinary or matches the description of what you were given. So at this moment, what is it that you guys wish to do? Do you wish to sit down or talk to the barkeep?
I mean, granted, one problem is that we kind of need Silas because he was going to turn into the other kidnapper to trick the kidnapper that isn't in prison. So we kind of have to stall. So I guess we should probably go sit down and get something to drink. Take up our position and just enjoy ourselves.
Yeah, considering he's not here, that's why I'm saying he's not. You don't see the hooded figure yet. So yeah, so you could do that. Sit down, get your drinks, and enjoy yourself for now until Silas is here.
Best would be some table that you can see like the whole bar, like every person in there.
Let's see. Yeah, let me see if I
corner
can get the
stall or
layout of the
something.
location. Alright, so just to make sure I explain the layout properly. So it's like a normal tavern, having the first floor, tables, the bar, counter, everything. But there is a stair to the very end on the right side of the tavern that leads upstairs to a second balcony floor where it's not covered, so you can look upward. And from where you're standing, if you all go up there, it is a very good spot to view down and look at everyone and possibly those surrounding you.
Let's go up.
Yeah, we gotta get the high ground.
I think some of us should stay downstairs and some of us should go upstairs, like split up.
All right. So I think I'll stay downstairs then, since I plan to pickpocket the guy, and unless he goes upstairs, that's probably for the best.
I like downstairs more. No friend of height.
I'll go upstairs.
I'll stay with Thimble.
Okay, so Timble, Kazrik, and Biara, you are going to stay downstairs, okay?
Yeah.
Anyone else?
I'll hang by the door outside and grab another smoke.
Alright, take your smoke break.
Sumi says that he'll stick downstairs also, should he needs to tackle the whoever they point at, but to also try to avoid being the odd one out if he has the high ground. Alright. So as you all decided to split up, with some of you going upstairs and the other you staying on the ground, you managed to find a good spot on the seat. For those upstairs, you managed to find a table that is close to the balcony. Not too close that you can lean on the railing. There is space between to allow people to walk through. But it is close enough that you could just look down and you can see people. Not entirely. Let me make sure I phrase this properly. You can see people on their table, but you don't see the one on the counters completely. Like you could see their head when they're sitting up and their back when they're leaning forward. But after that, you don't see the bartender there or anything. So that's the only fair view of it, unless you wish to like get up and lean on the railing to be able to see over. For those downstairs, you manage to find yourself a good spot in the center of the room. I mean, the center of the area. And you can see your friends up there. You can see your friends from there if you look up, and it's big enough to accommodate all of you. If you're sitting together, if you're splitting up, there's several other seats or stools at the bar that you could use. While we're still waiting for Silas, let me just flip a quarter. Heads for those upstairs, tails for those downstairs. What the fuck is the quarter? Here you go. Alright. So, it landed on heads. I forgot which one was heads now.
Top was heads.
The downstairs one, correct?
No, the upstairs was
Okay,
heads.
thank you for reminding me. Alright, so those upstairs, wow. I need more energy, I guess. So for those upstairs, as you're relaxing, a barmaid walks up. And she seems to be a young woman in her early 20s with red hair tied up into a bun. She's wearing a bit of makeup, but you could tell that the makeups are wearing out, which means she seems to be staying there for a while, almost as an overtime situation. But she doesn't look like it doesn't seem like the work itself put too much strain at her. She still puts a smile on her face. She goes, "Welcome to the Night Tavern. You guys look new here. Would you like the menu?"
Yes, please.
She goes on ahead and she starts handing out the menu. And she goes, "We have specials today. Usually the White Knights prefer eating regular sandwiches. We usually give them regular sandwiches. If not, we give them a steak with mayo sandwich, lettuce with lettuce if you want included. If not, there's tuna sandwich. There's a fish sandwich." And she looks over at a specific person before she just sighs and goes, "There's also a kebab sandwich."
Could I have the steak?
Of course, a steak it is. Anything else? Would you like to drink? We have, just like the Blue Moon's Inn, an Iscarnian Ale, a Dwarven Strout, Wizard Mind Bomb. If not, we can go with the more expensive ones. Vodka, wine, red wines, purple wines, and rum from the Eastern Land.
Some rum, please.
Of course, she writes that all down. Anything else?
A cup of wine.
Okay. As she writes that down, anything else? Alright. She writes all that down and she goes and she heads over to grab your food. While she's doing that, you guys come to notice that the upstairs seems more quieter. Well, you can hear the crowd within the tavern. You notice that if you look around, there's a lot of veteran white knights sitting alone in the tables. Most of them alone, most of them with with another person, just two people. And they're just drinking. What you could tell, they're drinking their sorrow away. A lot of them seems to have scars. Again. Yeah, a quick question. Who went upstairs again? It was Rudovic, Zelda, and who?
I think that was it.
It was just the two of you. Okay. Alright. So, yeah, so Rudovic and Zelda, the two of you were just watching the whole situation. And you've come to notice that you fit the atmosphere of where you're in. One or two people just sitting upstairs. The only difference is you're not drinking your sorrow away. So, yeah. What do you guys do to pass the time for now?
I just look around at like the people, you know, see if anyone is dangerous. Maybe a little bit suspicious.
No, it's just mostly just white knights there. They could probably be dangerous if you mess with them, if you provoke them, or start a fight with them. But there's nothing suspicious between the white knights, unless you want to do a facial discrimination from their scarves. But yeah, it's just mostly just white knights and probably like one or two guards, but that's just about it. What about you, Zelda?
I'll just look around. Do I see anything out of normal?
Yeah, no, there's just, as you look around, it's like I said, it's just white knights or anything. Your food hasn't come yet, but you do see the waitress, the bar waitress walking down the stairs, and you're just, yeah, it's just the two of you there. If you just keep if you look over the balcony too, you can see the balcony being more over the balcony on the first floor where the bigger crowd is. They're more active, more live, more talkative, and yeah.
DM, a question. What god do people worship in what the fuck? Where the fuck are we? Fala something? Falador?
I'm sorry, repeat the question?
What god do people worship here? Which god? My bad.
That's a good question. So in Falador, it's from what are you asking for your character or just out of character?
For my character. For my character.
Okay. So your character would know that the main kingdoms of the mainland, they all worship the god of order and wisdom, the god of light, and the quote unquote true god of Gielinor, Saradomin. Just to spell it out, Luke actually spelled it out in the chat there, but it's Saradomin. That is the primary worship of the city. At least that's the main focus. There are other religion that you know that all of the kingdom respect, but to Ascarnia and the capital city, Saradomin is the biggest and most center religion of the kingdom.
Have I, for my character, has my character seen any statues of how it could look like?
You did pass a statue on your way here. Do you want me to show you what it looks like?
No, I just need to know if my character knows it, because I'm gonna use my woodcarver's kit and just start carving it out.
Alright. But yeah, you did pass a statue here. But the statue, from what you know, is a old appearance of the God of Order. What he used to look like during the historical God of War event that happened eons ago, centuries ago. As you look around to look for some paint for some statue, you do spot a painting of what he looks like now, from what you remember hearing people describe him. And the painting is basically right above the entrance. It's big enough to almost look like a portrait dedicated to a king or queen. It basically has Saradomin holding a staff with his star symbol on the very top. Like a priest, he's pointing it upward and forward with light shining on it, which shows an indication that he shines the light on his followers. And he's very serious. And he still has that famous blue skin, white medium long beard. And he's just not looking down, but he's looking upward. I'll send you a picture real quick of what it looks like. But yeah, you spot that image. And a quick question: is your character Saradominist, or he has no religion?
He has no religion. He doesn't like. He believes that ghosts exist, but he doesn't like belong to a certain religion.
So Thimple posted it real quick. So even though you're not Saradominist, that image sort of gives you a sense of hope. You don't know why. It's probably because of the stories and the religious practice you hear so much about during your old job, especially with your previous job where it was located in. But one thing you know for sure, that image does look expensive.
Well, I'm gonna take out my wood carver's kit and try to do a little little statue out of wood. Just take out my wood carver's kit and start carving.
All right.
Do some DIY.
All right. For that, go ahead and roll for sleight of hand.
That's a 23, chef.
That's not bad. Give me 1 minute. I just noticed that my D&D Beyond just pushed me back to my to the home page. I thought for a minute I was able to see it, but no, I'm wrong. Weird. Oh, that's right. The website had a maintains. All right. So a 23. All right. You're carving the statue, and Zelda, while you're looking around, eventually you still hear the sound of wood carving as you look over real quick, and you see him starting to carve something, and you can see his eyes looking towards the entrance area and back to to his wooden statue, back, forth, and you notice he's carving a wooden statue of the painting that you know is also Saradomin. You don't know much of the human religion around him. But do me a favor real quick, Zelda. As an elf, roll for, I'm going to say religion check.
Okay.
That way.
Randy.
Okay. You know the standard point of that religion. Saradomin, the god of order of wisdom. He goes by the Lord of Light, and the humans consider him the god, the true god, a true god. And while you don't know that much about the deity himself, having mostly interacted with your elven brother and sister, or the goddess Siren herself, you know that the humans wildly worship the deity, and a part of you probably can see why. Because he looks more human. He looks human, but with blue skin, at least to your point of view. So, you look around for a moment, and the only thing that you can see is, aside from the painting, is maybe some star craving to decorate the location. But you do see Rudovic carving a wooden statue carving the wooden statue to resemble the portrait a little bit more.
Okay.
Alright. Rudovic, it is up to you entirely if you want to notice that she's watching you carve the statue before she probably turns her attention elsewhere. But if you're deep focus into that, with your sleight of hand roll, you're doing pretty good. You're not messing it up. You're not removing too much of a wooden chunk off the wood. You remove a little bit, but then you correct it. But you don't accidentally chop off the head that you plan on making, or chip a good portion of it accidentally. No, you're doing a skillful work around it.
I noticed that she looked at me, but I ignore it. I'm gonna focus on the fucking statue.
Alright.
I'll just observe him making the statue. And I'll also at the same time look around.
Alright. Yeah, as you continue to look around, waiting for your food. Still, nothing suspicious, nothing out of the ordinary. We move on to those downstairs now. Let's see. Luke is outside, right?
Yeah.
Alright. So, we'll focus on Luke in a minute, because I want to make sure I get the bigger groups done. Because I thought there was more upstairs as well, but no. Alright. So, meanwhile, the group downstairs, as you guys find your seat and you look around, the structure of the area, a real quick question. Do you guys sit together? Or do you try to spread out?
I mean, I feel like we should probably stick together just to, if our powers combined, we might be able to observe something, depending on our perception rolls.
Yeah, Sumi agreed with that also. Better off sitting together. So, yeah, Barra, do you sit with the group bunch as well? Kazarik, you?
If there's a group of dwarves, I would join them. Otherwise, I would sit with the group.
Alright. So you all find, like I said, a big chair, a big table, big enough in the center of the room to be able to sit down. And you're there. You all just get comfortable, and you see the lively white knights talking. A lot of them being around the same rank as Asumi, who, Thimple, you recall a few of them who used to try to sabotage Asumi's knighthood test, but you managed to prevent those sabotage. Assuming you recognize some who were jealous of your skills and the success in your training, that a lot of them call it a genetic unfairness, considering you were a half orc. But they don't seem to notice you. They're just enjoying their drinks, their time off with their friends and co-workers. As they're enjoying themselves, a waiter comes up, a male in his early 30s with a medium length, like about up to the shoulder long hair, braided enough on the front side, on both sides of his head. Both sides are braided enough to keep the hair from getting in front of his face. But you could tell that he keeps it well trimmed enough so it doesn't just look like it's falling off or anything. And he looks over to you guys and goes, "Welcome to the Night Tavern. Assuming I see you're here and full armored. Congratulations. Last time I saw you with I forgot his name, forgive me, but with your very own knight to teach you." And he looks over to the rest of you and goes, "Friends of yours?" Asumi nods and says, "Yes, they are friends of mine. They're new here, so menu would be great, and perhaps to know what the special is for the day." Which he nods and hands over the menus and goes, basically repeats the same thing that the waitress upstairs said. That the special is the specials right now are sandwiches, a different variety of the sandwiches if you want them. Steak sandwich with or without lettuce. You can also add some addition to it. And then the drinks are the same: Asgardian Ale, Dwarven Strout, Wizard Mind Bomb, stuff like that. So, yeah, what would each one of you want? We're gonna do that in order to try to drag this as long as I can for Silas, obviously. So Thimble, you first. What would you like?
Steak sandwich with lettuce and a wizard mind bomb.
All right. He goes, Wizard Mind Bomb. All right. Writes that down real quick. Kazric, what about you?
Arctic Dwarven Ale and whatever recommend for dwarf food.
Ooh, dwarven food. This is going to be the fun part. I don't know any dwarven dish. I know... Oh, actually, here's a good one. The waiter looks at you and goes, "Well, I'm not an expert on dwarven dish. Dwarves usually like to have their own drinks and everything outside of their working environment. They don't usually come here, the Rising Sun. But I do recall hearing that they would like to have a plate of kebabs with the Dwarven Strout. Apparently they have a blast. They get drunk quicker and they just start telling great stories. So if you want to have a good time, I recommend having... They try to make a calculations real quick. You can tell that they're not really good at trying to recommend a dwarven dish, but they're like... I would say maybe someone as sturdy as you being a blackguard, I would say 15 kebabs and you could be having the best time of your life.
I have no need to get drunk today. But one or two will suffice. Thank you.
Alright then. They write that down. Barra, what about you?
I'll try that kebab sandwich. And do you guys have any cocktails? Known cocktails?
I don't know. I don't know if we have our gnome worker, so I'll write that down just in case they're not. So just in case they are here. But is there any other replacement you would want just in case they have off right now?
No. If they're off, then no drink. Just the kebab sandwich.
All right. She writes that down as a replacement just in case. And Asumi, what about you? Oh, the internet. He already write that. I was ready there. So he'll have. All right. I'll have 3 glasses of ale, and I'll also have the steak sandwich, but make it 2 with extra mayo. The waiter's like, yeah, you always had a big appetite. I'm pretty sure you got that from a relative, huh? Which he start chuckling. Asumi also types in chuckling, and he writes that down. He's like, all right, I'll be back soon. And she points at Bera. I'll let you know if the worker is here or not when I bring the food, or do you want me to do that before I bring the dish? Bera?
Sorry, say that again.
The waiter wanted to know if you would like them to let you know if they are able to make the cocktail before they bring the dish, or to just bring the replacement and let you know that they couldn't.
Let me know before if he could.
All right. So they nod and they walk off. So yeah, you guys look around and everything seems quiet. Everything seems calm.
I have question. What does a woman mean when talking about having blast?
Sorry, say that again.
I mean, like having a
Well-
good time.
Asumi,
Having a blast is mean good time?
Asumi is responding to that. He said, is a common saying, basically to have fun, to enjoy yourself, that you're gonna have a really good time.
Okay, strange.
Right. Yeah, so Sumi said that he looks around. You don't spot anything yet. Trying to drag this long enough for one of our players to get here. If not, I'm going to have to try to derail the campaign. You guys just managed to eat. Not eat yet, sorry. You managed to wait. Anything you guys want to do to pass the time? Conversation, do something?
So, hypothetical question. In case this guy doesn't actually show up, do you guys want to brainstorm a backup plan to find this cult?
Yeah, I think that should be necessary. Yeah.
Assuming asks, what kind of plan would we have then?
Well, I guess it comes down to this. If we can't, find this guy, or we can't get the information out of him, we need to track down this cult somehow. It might be possible that we go to somebody to maybe reverse engineer the teleportation spell to see if we can detect other versions of it. Because, theoretically speaking, if the spell can be analyzed in some way, we might be able to figure out where else it's happening.
Asumi responds with, to answer your question real quick that you asked, let me answer that first. Maybe you want to edit out your answer as I'm reading it. No. She's not at Falador at this moment. Alright, so Asumi made a small edit and goes, if Aunt Klimdu was here, I'm certain she would have helped us with that. But I believe she's still traveling. Maybe I can ask Sir Amek to allow us to extend our investigation outside of the city and head over to the Wizard Tower and see if anybody knows anything over there.
Might be worth a shot.
He also adds, if anything, if my theory on having to wait a day or so on them to look for a new meeting spot, by the time we come back, we could be more prepared on what to do.
Sounds like plan.
Well, I guess then just comes down to waiting now. So, Kazric, how was the trip from Keldegrim?
Was great. I took train. On time. Was okay, I guess. Bit dark going underground, but used to it. I bought double for drink, but that has weight. Let me think. Oh, I always wanted to ask, why you not use trains yourself?
Chiefly because I don't think we have the physical manpower that you have down in Keldegrim. Also, I think it's probably just a price thing. People don't really like spending a lot of money, so no one really ends up using these trains. At the very least, not the normal people. Rich people, yeah, they probably use it a lot. I think there's also just like a limitation about general location, because if I remember correctly, there's a station here because of the dwarves in Ice Mountain, but then there's also one in Dorgesh Khan all the way in Lumbridge, and then another one underneath the Grand Exchange in Varrock. So the locations aren't exactly as well placed to use them effectively. So if you're going to those specific areas, people are bound to use them more, but I think most of the time, if you want to go to like Port Saran, you kind of just have to take the roads.
Assuming adds, and there's also the fear of a cave-in. The trains are underground, so some people could fear the being an enclosed area for far too long.
Interesting.
They should not be all taking gnome copters if it were up to me.
I mean, gnome copters aren't really that widespread right now, and they take a while to produce.
Yeah, we need to.
Also, not much cargo, yes?
Sorry, say that again?
Not much cargo on non-copter.
Yeah, no,
Not much space.
Hold up, wait, there's construction happening in the background. I'm wearing my other hearing aids right now because they fit. Just a quick heads up to my viewers. Aside from me being hard of hearing, I have new hearing aids, but I'm wearing old ones because they fit the headphone better and they don't have an automatic noise cancellation. Is there really a construction happening in the background right now?
I'm hearing something that sounds like a drill, but it could also be a blender for all I know.
Ah, god damn it. Let me check outside real quick. Continue your...
I heard a hammer earlier.
Okay, yeah, it could be. Continue your talk.
Yeah, I mean, gnome copters, I think, can hold a bit more cargo, but like I said, they take a while to produce, and there's only like a few in circulation. Most people use gnome gliders, which do just tend to be like a 2-person thing. So, and I mean, there's also spirit trees, but those like require like attunement with nature and stuff, and not everyone can do that.
Alright, I'm back, and yeah, no, my landlord is here. He's making repairs on one of the units.
Alright.
So I'm sorry for the people at home. You guys are going to be hearing this more than what they're hearing. Alright, so...
Anyone here follow the champion challenge? Anyone here a fan of that?
Is that like underground fight ring between like a bunch of different, like the best warrior from a bunch of different races and stuff?
Absolutely. They have both a gnome and a leprechaun fighter in those.
Yes, I guess you feel quite represented then.
Yeah, Joycey, the leprechaun fighter, he's kind of weak, but he's scrappy. And of course the champion, Glorfern.
I'm sorry, say that name again? Glorfrin?
Glorfern. Glorpern. The champion of the gnomes. Champion of champions, Glorpern. Glorpern.
Why does that name sound familiar? I feel like I've heard something in his name before. That's weird.
Asumi responds with, yes, the Champion Guild's own fight ring to prove your worth against the champions of certain race. I recall them not accepting my mother because she was too strong. But I do recall a story. He points at Azumi. I don't know if you were told about this story on how there was a zombie trying to apply.
They have a ghoul fighter. He's pretty strong.
Assuming goes either way. That little fight ring seems to be like a good way to test your skill as a champion when you're a member. It seems the challenges are delivered to you magically. Never heard how.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that stuff. If we ever get free time, we should go watch them.
I mean, that's all the way in Varrock. If we get free time, it's going to be a whole trip to Varrock itself. So I hope you have other ideas of what we can do in Varrock, because outside going to the Grand Exchange for like something, I don't think there's much else to do there.
There's that he's great. He's like a potion expert, and he turns cadaver berries into like a potion that like makes you play dead. I heard about him. We could go visit him.
Asumi responds, why would you want a potion to fake for that?
You know, when ex-wife finds you and wants money.
Yeah, it's got a lot of good purpose to it. I want to make.
Of course, you'd be interested in making a potion using berries. I mean, in hindsight, I should have seen that coming.
There's a lady that sells cats there too. I mean, if you guys like cats.
I mean, I like cats. They're alright, but I don't want to go halfway across to another nation just to get or another kingdom just to get a cat. I feel like there's probably a way places to get cats here. Like, I mean, there's like a pet shop in Tafferley.
That's just a bonus to the fighting. Underground fighting.
I guess, but that. But besides watching it, what else is there to it?
It might let us compete if we're strong enough.
An interesting distinction.
Asumi goes, you really want to watch people fight, don't you?
I really want to see Gloprin in person. Get their autograph. Same as Joy.
Well, Asumi says, if we are allowed in there, and if there is a competition to watch, who knows, maybe our trip to the Wizard Tower, if Sir Amic approves of the travel, says anything, or does anything, we might find the opportunity to get there.
I'm all for that.
Alright, so that's an idea of what to do, but yeah, I'm not really that big into that. I am big into the recent Gnome Ball tournament.
Stereotypical of you.
Really, the fact that
Gnome Ball.
really, the fact that I take some pride in our people's sport. That's really typical.
Very typical. Name another gnome that doesn't like Gnome Ball.
I mean, there's that Glauf guy, but no one likes to talk about him.
Right.
See, he is right. Very typical. I mean, find Droff who does not like alcohol. You can't. He chuckles a bit.
I mean, there is that one monk, one dwarf monk up near Ice Mountain. I don't think they allow him to get drunk.
Bah, just doesn't have money.
No, I think it's because he's too busy running a wind power plant.
That what that is?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a big windmill. It generates power. And I mean, up in the mountains, you're going to get plenty of wind.
Asumi responded saying, yes, it powers up the dwarves in the ice mountain, allowing them to transfer their ores and smith items like the pickaxe all the way there.
It's like a gnome invention rather than a dwarf invention. These wind power turbine things.
Nope, I'm pretty sure that was dwarf made. I mean, we have gnome copter. That's like our key invention there. Trying to think though, what else have we? Oh yeah, I mean, there's also the anti-illusion device.
Oh yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Good old ancient gnome technology using elf crystals. Classic design that.
I heard that there's even a way to use. I pull out an ogle root. These ogle roots. I heard that the rumor that you can make a shrink potion with these things.
Really? Now, why would you want to shrink down, though? What would you want at that size?
I don't know. We're already small enough. You think they would figure a way to make us bigger with these?
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess the real question is, what's the opposite of an ogle root?
Assuming responds with, a growth potion would probably benefit the two of you, he says, chuckling. I think I recall hearing a gnome having done a growth potion and now he's as tall as a human?
That sounds fake.
Yeah, it's probably just two gnomes standing on each other wearing a trench coat.
That image is in my head now. I can't.
Actually, it's probably 3 gnomes.
Yeah, I guess it would take 3. Either way, I bet it's fake.
Sumi goes, hold on now. You guys are only 4 foot tall, not shorter. Okay? Give yourself some credit.
Yeah, but if you're gonna be stacked, but when it comes to standing on top of each other, be equal to like a human, it actually does take a lot more than just 4 feet. Plus, you gotta compensate for the whole standing on each other. Like they have to sit on their shoulders, because you can't just stand on them. So you gotta have 3 gnomes just to counteract the lost height from not standing on your feet.
I mean, like, some humans are just really big, like Luke.
That is true. Luke is abnormally tall. Do you think he might have been the gnome that drank the growth potion, if it's true?
Wouldn't that be something?
Greatest plot twist the world has ever known.
Sumi is now thinking about that idea. Oh god. So, meanwhile, as you guys are talking among yourselves, Luke, let's focus on you for a bit. As you're outside, smoking, trying not to, smoke inside the building, cause any sort of fire hazard or the smell of smoke to bother around you, around the people. It is cold, so at least with it, you're keeping yourself a bit warm. And you're looking around and you don't see anything out of the ordinary. You do see a lot of people just walking, wearing trench coats, wearing hoods, covering their entire body, cloaks, but nothing that matches the description of the person you're meant to be looking for. So at this moment, what is it that you're doing to pass the time, I suppose?
Just chilling against the wall near the door. Chain smoking. Let's go.
Roll con save to see if you get lung cancer.
Actually, I'm gonna have to ask that question real quick. Okay, so considering RuneScape doesn't have the Paco, I guess?
Dwarf weed.
Yeah, we have weed. So...
Oh, great. Guess
Yeah.
I'll get high instead.
Yeah, so that's where I'm gonna have to ask you to roll for Constitution saving throw. Actually, before you roll Constitution saving throw, how many of that have you smoked during the day?
Let's see. I think I smoked one the other day, last session. Today, I don't know. I'd say if it's packed more like a cigar, it'd have a very slow burn. It's probably about like one.
All right, so since you stand outside and you smoke a bit, so go on ahead and roll for Constitution saving throw, son, because it's been a while and you're like just huffing and puffing.
$19.
All right. You feel relaxed, warm, but relaxed. You remember having one of these during your days in Barrock as a guard. And you're pretty relaxed right now. You are just looking, you're also focused. You're looking around, trying to determine the person, trying to see if they're around. Across from you, you do see some kids, like not like a few, like I would say maybe 40 feet away from you. You do see some kids building snowmen with their parents and friends. Some of them playing snowball fights while one is chasing them, the other one is running away. It is a relaxing view to see, but nothing too big out of the ordinary. A few minutes passes, and you see people walking in, walking out. Still no sign of your target. You continue to smoke the small puff. Go ahead and roll for another Constitution saving throw.
$8.
Ooh, okay. You decide to just go all out. You know, fuck it. It does, like a part of you, your gut tells you you might not see your target yet. Assuming might be right. You might have to wait a day. So you just take a deep breath, inhaling this, to where you cough a bit, hold it in, and let it all out. Cough a bit more now, where people are just looking at you to see if you're okay, only for you to just probably wave them off. And you're just... your eyes are a bit watery. And thanks to you having sunglasses, there's no sign of you being under the influence, in other words.
Let's go.
So you're just... You're not in Cloud 9 yet, but you feel like you could be there. You're leaning against the wall and you're just relaxed. But you know that you have to focus still. So you are making sure that you have a good focus on your surrounding. While you manage to tell yourself, relax, but focus. And you're just examining the area. Nothing yet. Is there anything different you would like to do? Or do you continue to just relax there and smoke a few more puffs?
We'll just chill there and smoke more. Fuck it, we ball.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
I said we'll relax and keep smoking, because, fuck it, we ball.
Alright. You just continue to do that. And you're pretty relaxed. Let's see. Yeah. Just go ahead and do a Constitution saving throw one last time before I go on ahead and move on for the two that are upstairs in the tavern and for them to have their food.
12.
Alright. You get one big huff. And that's it. You feel yourself. You have acquired the smoker voice. I'm doing that. You are now on Cloud 9. You're focused, but you're just wobbling your body a little bit from side to side. You're chuckling a bit when you see a kid trip and just face first into the snow. You chuckle a bit when you see someone slip on the road and almost bust their ass. And you kind of chuckle at someone's regular fashion attire, like their fashion sense. You're just chuckling here and there. You're just in other words, it's like watching the family video, the American Funniest Home videos. There you go. It's like watching American Funniest Home videos just outside, and you're just laughing your ass off. Meanwhile, as that is happening, would you like to give a proper reaction, like your own in-character reaction to what you do when you see all this? Like, how do you laugh?
Should have wore better shoes.
All right, sure. Meanwhile, inside, Zelda and Rudovic, the two of you see your plate coming in, and they're set down in front of you. Your steak, your food, your drinks, all there. And the waitress looks at you both and goes, "If there's anything else, you can go on ahead and just wave at me when you see me, or shout over the counter for a waitress. Me or somebody else will come get you." And she says that. Does anybody need anything from her before she leaves?
Nope.
Not very good.
Alright. So she walks down. You guys are there enjoying your food. And while you're enjoying your food, you real quick, before you enjoy your food, and I actually should have told you this before Rudovic, I completely forgot about this. Roll for another sleight of hand for me.
16.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So you continue to... You know what, Steve? Sure, why not? Thank you for posting that for me. Thank you, Thimble, for giving me something to kill him with. Anyway, jokes aside, as you're carving the wooden statue, you saw that you almost messed up somewhere, but luckily you fixed it by adding it like a add-on to it, a way to make it more detailed, you know?
Yep.
And it's so like that is like it's like hold up, let me see the image again. Yeah, so basically it's one of his shoulder pads. You accidentally chipped it a little bit too much, but you managed to fix it to a way to make it look like it actually looks like the thing is on was added onto it instead of just engraved. So you continue until you see your food here. Do you set the stuff aside?
How close am I to finishing the statue?
Sorry, repeat that.
How close am I to finishing the statue?
You're almost there, but you know that it's going to take you a while longer before you could finish. Probably another 10 minutes. And you don't want to, and you could probably continue it or not. It's entirely up to you.
I will eat my steak and drink me bloody rum, and then finish the statue.
All right, give me 1 minute because I want to check what this specific rum does again. So again, you can say thank you to Thimble.
Fuck you.
I need you to go on ahead and roll for a Constitution saving throw.
15, chef.
You drink this. You take a quick question. Do you take a gulp or just a sip?
Question, is it a full bottle?
They bring you the full bottle, yes.
I take like 2 fucking gulps.
Two. Oh, Lord. So you go on ahead and you pick up the bottle, remove the cork, and just boop, boop. Your body realizes 2 things. One, you probably shouldn't have done that. You probably should have taken your time to try to feel how this rum tastes like. Because the name Brain Death was on it. 2, you feel your throat burning and your stomach burning. Your entire inside feels so hot. It feels like everything inside of you is burning. And right after that, you all of a sudden find yourself dizzy. You try very hard not to die, that when you finally come through, everything in front of you is wobbly and motioning differently.
The fuck is this?
With that, Zelda, you notice his entire facial expression, from the pain to the burning to finally, he looks drunk. Just 2 gulp of this, you feel like you drank the whole bottle. And because of this, I need you to write this down somewhere, Rudovic, real quick, before we go to Zelda's response to this. I'm sorry, because I just realized something else here. You have a disadvantage in dexterity saving throw. You have a disadvantage on... what would this be? In case you're in combat, you have disadvantage in hit chance. And you have a disadvantage in, I would say, an intelligence saving throw. Or you have disadvantage on anything that requires intelligence check. But you do feel like your entire body, you have strength. You feel stronger, though. Zelda, what would your reaction be to that?
I'll ask him, what is happening to you?
Very good rum.
Good rum? You look like you're in pain.
Briefly I was, but now I feel a bit stronger actually.
What is it? What are you drinking?
Very good rum. Let me check the name. Brain Death rum. Oh fuck. I probably should have read that before drinking it. Eh.
Can I have a sip of that?
Of course. Here you go. And I hand it to her.
Alright.
Yeah.
And what do you do with it, Zelda?
I'll just observe it and say, let me try it. And I sip it. I take a sip.
Alright. So you get up and you start walking down the stairs, or you look for like a waiter or waitress that are upstairs right now to inform them of the drink.
Wait, what did you say?
I'm asking her. She has the bottle. She went just to make sure. Did she go to? She's trying to go to like inform them that they gave you.
No, I'll just see the bottle and like observe it and say, let me try this. And I'll just take a sip of the rum.
She's drinking the rum. She's taking a quick sip.
I know. I'm just trying to process that even is a good idea to let her do that. Shit.
Let her make her own mistakes, David. Let her make.
This is your fault.
Yes, it is.
All right, go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw. Quick question. So do you take a sip or do you just like do what he did, gulp it down?
I'll just take a sip.
All right, so you give a sip. All right, go ahead and still roll a Constitution saving throw.
5.
Oh Lord! So you going ahead and you saw how he acted when he took 2 gulp of this, and you're like, you're thinking, because your kind drink probably something more like wine and fancier beer, rum called brain death, you think a sip might do better. So you go and you try to just... First, your lips burn. Then, your tongue and mouth starts burning. That you decide to swallow it. Then, your throat starts hurting and the entirety of your inside starts to burn. To where you can feel like you are about to die, and you try your very best not to die. Where you're just... You're praying that your patron saves you from this. But you don't hear them. As you start looking ahead of you, looking at Rudovic, and he also looks wobbly, side to side. Your vision is blurring, giving you the same effect that Rudovic suffered in, but you're a little bit more drunk because of what you rolled.
Okay.
So what's your reaction to that?
It burns. I don't know. I just drank it out of curiosity. I just wanted to see what people drink, what humans drink. Yeah.
And Rudovic, what do your reaction saying that she took a sip and now she's hammered, almost as bad as you?
That might not have been the greatest idea by the both of us. Anyways,
Yeah.
I am hungry, I will eat my steak.
Okay.
So you go and you're eating your steak, and you notice something. This is the best steak you've ever had. You're hammered as hell, and this tastes so good to you. And you're just... It almost feels like it is just the best steak you've ever had, that you feel like you want to cry. Almost as if this was the last meal you're ever gonna have.
This is the greatest steak in the whole world.
Oh, this is the best steak out ever. Thank you, Thimble, for giving us the best takeout ever. Just for those of you home, you can't see the Discord chat, but Thimble decided to make a joke that the rum that was given to them was brain death rum. It's a very powerful rum that, in the game's history, is known to be very helpful against eldritch entities, and it has some bad effects. Very bad effects.
Just know if there's a giant stone hand trying to grab you and drag you into a horrifying chasm that stretches on into eternity, drink rum.
Drink rum. This message is sponsored and approved by Captain Braindeath. Anyway, so Zelda, you see Rudovix just tearing up and sobbing a little bit, and hearing him say how this was the best steak in the world. You notice, even though you're drunk and out of it, you notice some guards looking confused on what's going on with your table specifically.
Hey guys, do you want some rum?
The guards look at each other. Sorry, go, Zelda, go.
I'll just say to the guard, "What are you looking at?" I'll just shout at them because I'm like hammered.
They look at the both of you and they're like, nothing. They just look back down at their drinks or each other and they're like, whoa, now that's a lot. But yeah, you guys are just blasted. You feel strong but hammered. You feel slow but so good, despite the pain that you were in moments ago.
Okay.
After I finish my steak, I will try to finish the statue. This is a fucking bad idea.
So you're gonna try to finish the statue now? Oh boy.
Yeah, the worst idea ever.
Oh yeah. So you finish the steak and you're just look at the statue. You go, I need to finish that, and you grab it. You grab your very sharp tool. Go ahead and roll sleight of hand with disadvantage.
That's a 15, chef.
Alright. You, despite you did it with disadvantage, right?
Yeah, I rolled a 7 and a 10, but plus 8, so
Oh, okay.
15.
I see. So there's a 15 and 18. Yeah, sorry. So, for some reason, it was really slow with me. Alright. So, you're going ahead and you're just... So you're going ahead and you start crafting the statue. And you just... Your hand is all over the place. That you quickly just... Whoop! You thought you messed up, but you didn't. You see something rolling on the table. You decapitated something. That you don't know what. And you're looking at the statue for a good minute. Roll perception check. Regular perception, since you're holding it close up to you.
16.
16. It takes you a good minute to realize that the statue is bloodied. Until you look at your thumb and you see your thumb is not there and it's bleeding.
I quickly take my hand and fucking squeeze like the thumb to like try to stop the bleeding.
Do we hear that from
Oh
downstairs?
my god, you
Yeah.
just cut your thumb.
Yes, you guys from downstairs do manage to hear Rudovic screaming in pain. And as he holds his hand up, eventually trying to stop the bleeding, you do see blood squirting through his fucking hand. Zelda, you were saying something? I'm sorry.
I'll just shout to the guys downstairs and say, guys, look, he just cut his thumb. And I'm laughing at the same time.
Assuming I think that's a call for you to go up and use those healing hands of yours. You may also want to check on Zelda. She's laughing. She's laughing at the. I guess it's funny in a cosmic sort of way.
I think idiots hurt themselves.
Assuming says, perhaps they were playing a game and he lost. He says as he's getting up.
That sounds like hurt scream, not losing game scream.
Yeah. Also, what kind of game caused you to cut off your thumb? I've heard of stabbing your fingers when you do that weird knife game where you try to stab between it really fast, but like, no one ever cuts their thumb off. They just stab their thumb.
I don't know, let's go there and see.
Maybe he cut his thumb.
Assuming he said he's on his way up there now. Who else is following him?
I think I'll stay down here.
Alright, so Kazarick and Asumi are the only ones?
I'll head inside.
Yeah. I'll stay down here. Oh, Luke's coming in.
Alright. So as you guys go upstairs, trying to see what's going on, the guards are getting up, trying to give Rudovic some towels, some bandages, and they look at you, Asumi, and they go, thank God you're here. Do you have any energy left to heal his situation? Assuming you look and you see Rudovic's thumb there on the table next to a bloody statue of Saradomin, and you could see Zelda just laughing her ass off a little bit, just chuckling as Rudovic is bleeding there. Asumi asks, what in the hell just happened? You guys are acting like you're blasted. How many drinks did you have?
I took 2 gulps, and also, can you fix this issue? And I do the gesture like try to do a thumbs up, but without the fucking thumb.
Groups of what? I won't try.
I just had one sip and it was amazing.
Asumi just backs up a bit and goes, Saradomin's perfect hair! How?
I was carving, and might not have been the best idea to do it while drunk.
But he goes, you took 2 gulps. And he says, he said he's still listening to you as he's reading the bottle, which, assuming you see, says brain death rum.
It is very strong.
Yeah, so you hear him say that. Go on ahead and roll history for me if you want to learn a little bit. If you want to like try to remember what you know about brain death.
In the meantime, I would like to grab it and drink from it.
Oh no. Well, first let him do the history check.
Yes, of course.
A 14, okay. So as you see this, your eyes widen. You know the name Brain Death. He's a very famous pirate who sort of retired on an island called Brain Death. I know what you guys are saying. I know. And ran a business called Brain Death Rum Industry. And these drinks are powerful. So powerful that they are technically illegal in some kingdoms. Others are daring, and they're even expensive too. You know that these two did not have the endurance to survive whatever they drank. So as you put it down and you go to heal, the his thumb by placing his dislocated thumb, his cut off thumb back and do heal of hand as you post it. In the corner of your eye, you see Kazarick just swiftly take the rum and you drink it, Kazarick. Do you take how many?
First of all, I want to know how much is left in the bottle.
You do what? I'm sorry.
How much is left in the bottle?
It's
see.
almost full. Like we took 2 gulps and 1 sip.
So there's about still enough in there. There's still enough. I would say it's not yet half of the bottle. It's close to being half, but it's not there yet. So how do you drink this?
Well, let's take like a good glass. I will fill myself a glass and drink that.
Sorry. So what do you do? What my daughter came over here. Oh,
I'm going to drink a glass of it.
okay. Wow. For some reason, I cannot hear you that well. Steve,
He's
help me
going
out.
to take. He's going to drink a glass's worth of the rum.
Oh,
So like
good.
about the equivalent to the size of drinking a glass, right?
That's okay. Okay. If that's what you're going to do, then. Ooh, wow, that's gonna be.
Did I hear you right, Kazrick?
Yes, you did.
Glass worth? Okay, good.
Yeah. Okay. So because you decided to drink that much, I'm gonna need you to roll for a normal Constitution. It's gonna be a few Constitution saving throw, actually.
Well, it's against poison, so I get advantage thanks to being a dwarf.
Yeah. So the first one is gonna be with advantage, and his dwarf is resistant.
But how do I do advantage in this? That's a normal roll. Advantage is by wait. How do I do advantage in here again? I normally only use Foundry.
You could like right click on the thing and go advantage, but if you couldn't, just roll another one and we'll count that as advantage.
Yeah, so basically just hover over the number you usually press to do the roll, right-click it with your mouse, and it should say advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, 23 is the first one.
Alright, so you go, whoop, first one. You feel the same effect that they did. The burning sensation in your mouth, your
Delicious.
throat running down. You thought, this is nothing. Second gulp, roll for the Constitution with advantage again.
$33.
23. Wow. Okay.
Literally this.
You start feeling more and more of the burning sensation. The taste is weird, but almost addicting. And a little bit, I wouldn't say slimy, but sweet. And you feel yourself not stumbling, but you feel your body trying its best to fight off whatever the fuck you're putting in it. Which I need you to roll another Constitution saving throw with advantage. 20. That is when you start feeling the drink effect. To where, final one, you start feeling your entire body trying to tell you now to stop, as you feel yourself trying your best not to die. Very, very, very hard. to where you finally decide to stop on this last gulp. Now this is where I tell you you're gonna have to roll Constitution saving throw without advantage because of this one failure.
Alright. 25.
And you take it out of your mouth after that one gulp, that 4 gulp there, and you're like, whew. You feel your entire body burn at first. Just burn. You're in pain for a moment. Your face is just cringing up as you're just feeling the burning sensation in your body, your throat, your mouth after that amount of drinking. To where your body managed to endure enough of it that you, first of all, shockingly enough, you're not dead, even though you thought you were going to be. Second, you feel stronger than usual. You have advantage on strength saving throws or any skills check that requires strength. But you also have a +5 on your strength modifier. Temporary +5, mind you. However, you do have disadvantage and a negative modifier. So the disadvantage comes to dexterity, saving throws, and a negative modifier to your intelligence checks. So luckily, you're not that fucked up, but as these two are. But you do feel like your body did a very interesting job in resisting this rum. And because of your dwarven resistance, you're not drunk, but you're very tipsy. You're tipsy to the point that you just need a drink of normal beer, and that's it. You're joining your friends up here on getting drunk. What is your reaction to all of this? How do you react?
This is great. I should get more. My grandma will love this.
So meanwhile, assuming while you did that and you managed to heal Rudovic's finger, that he sees that his finger's perfectly fine now, reattached after the healing. You see Kaznik to all this, and you could tell that he's tipsy now. And you could tell that he almost died. He says, he goes on ahead and he swipes the bottle back from you, Kazavik, and says, "No, do not do that again. Look what happened." And he points at Rudovic.
Asumi, give the bottle to me. I ordered it.
Alright, he's typing now. And he goes,
We should make drinking game from this.
Alright, so Asumi looks over and he looks at the other guards that were surrounding the area, going, "Do not worry, I fixed it. And yes, I've done what I needed to do. Go on ahead and relax. Go back to your drinks." He looks over to Rudovic and Zelda. "Maybe the two of you should join us downstairs, cause you're blasted."
I need to finish carving. Also, my father called me, so I will be back in like a few minutes.
He's typing to
I
respond.
think I want to stay upstairs now.
He looks at Rudovic and goes, he typed, "You cut off your finger trying to carve a impressive replica of Sorodomin, I might add. But I want to make sure you don't end up losing your fingers again. Let's carve the statue downstairs. Rudovic, did you hear him?
He said he had to go.
He said he had to
'cause
go.
it was-
Yeah, all right. So while that is happening, we could just say Rudovic goes down with you at the moment because your whole because Sumi does say that he snatches the statue back from him and then just like tries to get the both of you downstairs. So I guess my question is, Zelda, do you follow Rudovic to the do you follow Asumi downstairs with the group?
Okay, I'll follow him.
Alright. And we're gonna assume with Rudovic. Yeah, so Thimble and Bera, you guys just see all that up there. You see the blood squirting, you see Asumi fixing the thumb of Rudovic. You see Kazaric deciding to try out what the hell they were drinking. And you see Asumi just looking at them all like, what the fuck did I get into? And just snatch the bottle away from Kazaric. And now you see them walking down.
Well, definitely an eventful day already. And I guess Luke came inside, so I turned to him and just say, "Well, Luke, apparently you missed Rudovic cutting off his thumb."
And assuming once it gets closer, he says that he goes on ahead and he places the bottle of brain death right in front, right on the table, and goes, "This is what caused the thumb cut off."
Guess he couldn't handle the pressure or the knife.
Evidently. And Thimble picks up the bottle and looks it over. Brain deaf from, huh? Well, I guess this is why I stick to wizard mind bombs.
It tastes not bad. It tastes quite good. Should use for drinking game.
Maybe if I were a dwarf and had the constitution to handle something like this. I take a closer look to see if there's like an ingredients label on the bottle.
Yeah. You read the ingredients. Give me a moment. So you read the ingredients. The rum contains a stagnant water, sluglings, and you see the bottom or depending on the situation, it can contain. It has the potential of containing Karamthus. Wow, excuse me.
Karamthulus?
Thank you. Blindweed and the corpse of a fever spider. Yeah, you read that right. It's bolded too. Corpse of fever spider. Bold.
Did anyone read the label on what was in this before drinking?
No.
Why should? Is good stuff.
You are aware there's like dead spider corpse, sluglings, stagnant water, something called blindweed, and What was that last one I read? Let's see.
Assuming goes, how in the hell is this being sold here? I need to talk to the establishment owner.
Where is
Yeah.
where is my statue?
Have you tried in your
So-
hands?
DM, is it in my hands?
Zelda goes, what? It has spiders? Dead spiders in it? Just
Yes,
random?
not just any spider, something called a fever spider.
What is that?
Well, I assume it's the spider that causes fevers.
Oh my god.
David, DM.
Yes, yes.
Do I have the statue in my hand?
No, Asumi had the statue and he placed it on the table where everybody else followed him to. So you kind of followed him to get the statue back, and he placed the statue on the table. Now you're with the group, drunk, and you're probably trying to finish the statue. The bloody
Wait,
statue.
hold on.
I will finish the statue even if it costs me another dump.
Wait, hold on. I thought Asumi put the bottle on the table.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to return so he can know. He did 2 of them, so I was waiting for Rudovic to explain to him what he did.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Brain
Anyway.
dead rum, huh? Let me see that.
Please don't drink it. It literally contains the worst stuff imaginable.
Real quick favor for you, Steve and Bera. Since you guys are the only ones sober here, and Asumi left to speak with the establishment owner, can you both do me a favor and actually hold up? What is your passive perception,
17?
Bera?
10.
Okay, simple. You smell the scent of weed coming off Luke.
Luke, what have you been smoking?
Some sticky dwarf weed.
Oh no!
It's really good shit.
You should share. I have pipe right here. Let's move together.
Luke, do me a favor. Don't drink the rum. I'm pretty sure if you drink it while you're high, you'll die.
Is that a challenge?
No, it's a request to not die.
He looked at Kazarik. I don't know. I think this little man's trying to challenge me.
We can play
God.
drink game later. I am already too drunk to start new round. We'll start new round of drink game tomorrow.
I swear you guys are gonna get yourselves killed.
I live 80. I will live 200.
Bera, if these two start drinking, start this little drinking game, slip them a sleep tonic into one of the drinks.
Do you think if I use fever spider corpse in my potions that like will sleep extra long?
No.
So look, what do you do with the rum as you take it just to look it over?
I pull out another dwarf weed cigar and I kind of break it up a little bit for Kazarik, and then I pour a little bit of the rum on it,
Oh no!
and then I pass it over to him.
No!
Here,
Fuck.
try this.
Oh no!
I believe that will thing explode.
So we're gonna pause it right here real quick because I'm about to die of laughter. So we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna pause it right here and we'll continue with Asumi probably tearing a new asshole on the establishment owner. So we're gonna pause it right here. I'm going to pause this whole thing. Where's my thing? Okay, here you go. So yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back.
Yes.
Are you ready
Yes.
to rumble?
All right, let's go. We're ready and we're back and we're going to continue. Everybody's ready? Everybody's good to continue?
Yep.
All right. Let's go. So, returning to Asumi. Real quick. As you're walking up to the bar, the bartender looks at you and goes, "Ah, Asumi, it's been a while. How are you, old friend? Do you need anything?" Asumi enters. "Yes, I need to speak with this establishment owner or manager. There's a situation I need to discuss with them about." The bartender looks at you a bit concerned. "Oh, well, what is it? Perhaps maybe I could help." He's typing. "Unless you can tell me why there are brain death rum in this establishment, it's better if you get who I'm requesting." The bartender's eyes widen as he hears the name of the brand, and he quickly nods and goes, "I'll be right back," and rushes to the kitchen area. A few seconds goes by with the owner of the establishment, called Michael. He looks over to you, Asumi, and goes, "Ah, there's the young half-orc that was here long ago with his knight. And look at you, big, strong, and a knight yourself. That's amazing. My bartender here says that there's an issue. What seems to be the problem?" Asumi responds with, "Why is there brain death in this establishment?" The owner, Michael, looks at you and goes, "Brain death? You mean that rum from the pirate brain death? I don't know what you mean. We don't sell that here." Asumi goes, "One of my comrades has drank it, and it was brought by one of your waiters. So unless you do sell it, or the waiter is a fishy worker, I suggest you start explaining." The Michael just looks a bit pale as he starts gesturing you to hold a moment. As he goes to where where the drinks are from behind the counter, as he starts looking through. As he looks up, he looks shocked eventually. He looks at you and he goes, Okay, Sir Knight, listen. I promise you, we did not approve of this to be sold here in an establishment where there are countless of knights. I can imagine the issue would be, but we don't know why they're here. We have a full shelf of them. I think perhaps we might be encountering a delivery error of some sort. But I can promise you, we did not deliver this. We did not approve to sell this here. What do you say to that, Asumi? Already typing. Asumi goes, I need you to do me a favor and investigate on this. Quickly but quietly. Because I'll believe you that this is something that you were not aware of. But I need to know if it is an error or somebody snuck this in here. Michael looks at you like, do you think somebody was attempting to sabotage my business? Do you think I'm targeted? But I made no enemies. Not even the crime bosses or the kingpins. I bothered no one. To which Asumi responded, saying, it is part of my mission. I fear that maybe someone is trying to sabotage me and my friends. Michael looks at you and goes, I see. Alright, I'll go on ahead and I'll investigate on this. It might take a while. If I don't see you here, I'll send the reports to the castle directly to you. Is that okay with you, Sir Knight? Asumi nods and returns back to the group. Which meanwhile, the rest of you who are doing a great job at this stakeout. Luke, you said you had poured some of the death rum liquid onto the weed to give it to Kazarick, correct?
Yep.
Alright, Kazarick, go ahead and roll a normal Constitution saving throw since you're tipsy.
I don't know if he smoked it.
Yeah, I think
I
you
did.
just handed it to him.
Nah, I smoked it. End of discussion.
Alright, 24, okay. With the taste of the rum again, you feel your tongue burn with the smoke. At the moment it starts reaching through your throat and to your lungs, you quickly start coughing all of that out. You just went all of that smoke coming out of you. You feel your lungs burning more than it should. You feel your throat burning even more. Your mouth burning even more. Your nostrils burning now because you just had to cough it out and it came through your nose. And you're just... You feel relaxed, but also...
This is great. You should take a hit too. I hand it back.
Don't mind if I do.
Phil's going to die out here.
Why are you guys doing this to yourselves? Why?
Because it's funny.
Question is, why aren't you getting in on it?
Because I
And I
don't
go to
want to
pass it to
die.
Asumi returns and goes, what is going on now?
They're smoking a dwarf weed cigar that's been drenched in brain deaf rum.
He's typing.
Seeing as how Thimble wasn't going to take it, I'll withdraw and just take a hit off of the the cigar.
I'm sorry, you what?
I said I'll withdraw the hand gesture to give it to Thimble, and then I'll just puff it instead. I'll take a hit instead.
Alright, go ahead and roll Constitution saving throw. Waiting for Asumi to finish typing. 14. Ooh boy. Alright, so Asumi just typed and said, why would you guys do that? Did you not see what happened to Rudovik and Zelda? As you said that, you see Luke just... And with that 14, Luke, you also start coughing like crazy, but you continue to cough, hagging. You feel like you're about to throw up. Your lungs burns and hurt so much. Everything hurts in your nose, your mouth, your lungs. It all burns like crazy. and you feel like you're throwing up, that a bit of saliva starts coming out as you're coughing on the floor. And you all see this. He looks like he's about to die there now.
Oh shit.
You take, I would say, hold on, let me roll for it real quick. What are the roads?
Oh god, he's gonna roll for it.
Hey, you decided to smoke poison. I have to roll for it. But give me one moment.
I had to bury him out back.
I love how there are like 0 consequences for my character.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You just built different, man.
10. Alright, so you take a whopping 10? I can't really think of a damage type for this.
Necrotic, because he's slowly dying inside.
Okay, so you take 10 necrotic damage. Because, like you said, you're slowly dying from the inside to when you finally just... 10 necrotic damage and you're still coughing, hacking, gagging, saliva coming down your mouth, mucus coming down out of your nose, where you finally start to being able to just gasp for air and breathe. You feel better. You feel a little bit stronger. And you're enjoying Cloud 9 now. Everything just feels, your entire body feels light and burning.
Tastes like regret, burns like guilt, and hits harder than a troll with a grudge. I love it.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Asumi and Thimble both said that at the same time. Like a Jinx moment there. Like, why would you do this to yourself?
You two really are related.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time, baby.
Asumi says, we're on a stakeout. Did you forget that?
Also, how is this a good time? You've almost died there.
Wait, we are here on a stakeout?
Did you forget we're waiting for the kidnapper to...
Bro
Oh,
probably thought the steak dinner was the stakeout.
Anyways, David. I believe I didn't finish my statue before.
That's right, you didn't. You finally are now focused on your statue again while you're talking and listening. If you want to continue it, you can go on ahead and roll for sleight of hand with disadvantage. Because even though you're in pain, let me tell you how powerful that rum is that you're still drunk.
15.
Shocking enough, you're managing to get it right, but you're so drunk that you don't notice what you're doing. You remember you were craving a statue of a god. Wow, that is loud. I'm using my old hearing aids and now I can hear the power drill. Jesus. I am sorry for the people at home. So now you're not making Saradomin anymore. You're making something else. You're carving something completely different. You don't know what you're carving, but you're still doing it. You're no longer carving Saradomin. You're carving something else. You've changed your carving without knowing. With that, Asumi says, great. So I guess this is gonna have to be one of those moments where we are going to have to take a day off because they're all intoxicated badly.
I mean, yeah, probably. Maybe that's for the best. I mean, to be honest, we haven't seen anyone come in, right? Like, no one's suspicious looking at all.
Does that mean the guy in the prison gave us bad information?
I mean, we won't really know until we actually see the guy. But, I mean, it's entirely possible that the guy just didn't come in for a drink today.
If he doesn't show up tomorrow, the guy in prison gets both his hands broken, even the one that is already broken.
Are you going to be able to walk to the prison, given how badly you got drunk today?
Tomorrow I will be fine. I believe.
Will you, though? Will you really?
If I won't be fine, then the breaking will be delayed to another day. He's going to be there for a while.
Asumi just typed that he just sighs and just rubs his forehead, just trying to not stress the fuck out. Yeah, he also typed in, sorry, he just typed in now, entered it now, sorry, that he gets the bottle of rum and goes, I am going to return this to the bartender. Apparently, this drink is not on the menu.
Hold on, if this was not on the menu, how the fuck did they get it, then?
I just ordered rum.
And they just happened to... Hold on. Wouldn't they have just told you that you couldn't order that if it's not on the menu? Is this like a specialty thing?
I don't know, maybe. I just ordered rum and this is the rum they gave me. I thought it was like, okay, they have this kind of rum, alright. Like,
I think there's only the one kind of rum.
there are many different kinds of rum.
Yeah, but I think Brain Deaf might have monopoly.
Asumi goes, oh, I do not know how they have it here, but apparently it's not on the menu. It could be that they had a error on their delivery, or somebody snuck in the rum and managed to sell it here without the owner knowing. I have him doing an investigation to help and see if it is just a delivery error.
I mean, the other possibility is somebody's smuggling in rum among their staff, and they use it to take care of particularly annoying customers or something.
Timbo, do you want to play some dice?
No thank you.
Why not?
I'll gamble with you. I love gambling.
Alright, BR. Just, we will use this dice. I take my dice out of my pocket. And we say what number we want it to land on. If it lands on that number, the person who said the number wins. Easy?
Sure. That sounds good.
Alright. I roll the dice, and David,
Yes?
do you know what my dice does, what, right?
I believe you told me, yes. I know what they do.
I win if it lands on a number 3.
Alright. So, You say out loud. So Rudovic said he wins if he lands on the number 3. Barra, what number do you want it to land on?
I'll go 2. And
Alright.
Bear's gonna try to cheat, by the way.
Okay, so how would she try?
I'm gonna try to tip the dice if I can without anyone seeing me.
Alright. Do you have a die? Well, it's Rudovic with the die, so you're trying to trick the die. Alright. So Rudovic, you go on ahead and you take the die out and you start shaking it in your hand. Like a normal dice player, you know? Normal thing you guys do, you blow on it, whatever it is you do to give yourself luck. And you throw it on the table. So the dice starts rolling. It's a six-sided die, right? It starts rolling on the table. Vera, what is it that you wish to do to try to cheat your way in?
I'm gonna try to slightly move the table so that like when it rolls, it'll roll extra.
All right. So how do you do it? Like, how do you move the table? Do you like try to like just
I put my hands under the table and I gently shake it.
All right. So roll for deception then.
$21.
All right. You manage to just look excitingly as the table slightly shakes, but there's no sign that you did it. Or actually, wait, sorry. So Rudovic, you could roll for perception if you want to see the cheating, but you have to roll with disadvantage. Who else is there? Yeah, if anybody else wants to do it, roll for perception. Thimble is the only one there at this moment that isn't drunk because Asumi is taking the bottle back to the people.
That's a 7 for perception.
That's okay.
I got 13.
All right.
8.
All right. No one else? Okay, Luke is going. 12. Okay, damn. All right. No one else? Then, assuming no one else, nobody noticed the table. Everybody sees the table shake, but nobody noticed who. And a lot of you assume that it might have been you by mistake, so you look down to see if you accidentally like moved the table. And the dice rolled extra. Give me one moment to check something real quick. All right. Rudovic, I'm gonna message you real quick and tell you what you need to. Actually, it says you. Okay, you know what? I have a better idea. So as you shake the table, Rudovic, you put your hands up, trying to like you see the table shake too, and you tried looking down too.
Yeah.
And as you look down, you see nothing with everybody else. You look up, the dice rolls a little extra, and it lands on the number 3. Rudovic wins this round.
It appears I win. Yeah. So, Biara, first, best of 3, as they say, you know? First one to get 2 wins. And the loser pays the winner's tab. Alright?
Okay, I can deal with that.
Assuming comes back real quick and just looks at the die and asks, Thimble, what's going on here?
These two are trying to play some kind of dice game.
He goes, huh, interesting. And he sits down watching. And yes, actually, he asked a question. Your food does get to the table. The rest of your food, Thimble's, Bera, Kazarik, and Asumi, your food is there. So you're watching a gamble happen while enjoying your food.
My lucky number today is the number 4.
All right, then I'll go 3 since it won last time.
All right. Thimple's going to be paying a lot closer attention to this now.
I'm also going to attempt to cheat again.
You're gonna try to cheat again? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Rodovic rolls the dice again, or does he give Barra the chance to roll the dice?
Bera, you can roll it.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to try to
Go ahead.
slightly roll it. I'm going to try to roll it in a certain way that I make it land on my 4, but like not full roll, slight roll.
Right. I know what you mean. Yeah. All right. I need you to roll for another deception. The cheat roll. Yeah. I need you to roll for another deception.
That one's not sleight of hand.
Actually, no. You're right. Sleight of hand to try to cheat the roll, and deception to not show you're cheating.
Okay, nat 20 on sleight of hand, which is 25.
And I'm gonna
And then-
I'm gonna go on ahead and draw an actual dice so you guys can hear the actual dice.
13 on deception.
All right, so deception. All right, so Thimble, since you're paying close attention, now you can go ahead and roll. Actually, since you have passive perception of 17, right?
Yeah.
All right, you can go on ahead and you see Bera trying to cheat. Everybody else, like I said, you can check too with disadvantage. Assuming if you want to check also, you can roll for it. Okay. So I don't know if you guys will be able to hear the clickety clackety loud enough. So let me make sure I have one of the right clickety clackety. All right. Are you guys ready to hear the clickety clackety?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, Bera does this. And you guys see it. It goes and it lands. And it looks like it's about to land on a 3. But the way that it moved it rolled a few more times and landed on a 4 perfectly. Thimble, I'm gonna need you to roll for perception check on this. Another perception check on this.
10.
You don't spot anything odd on this. As you look closely, you do see Bera try to cheat. But you see that the way that she cheated was a very clever way that could have landed her the win by at least 75%. But Rudovic won again. So you either find it ironic or just bad luck. Alright? And with that, it landed on a 4, which of course, Rudovic wins again.
Well. Have fun paying for the steak and the illegal rum.
I hope they expunge the rum on our bill, but yes, I will pay.
Asumi leans over to Thimble, hearing him going, He goes, "Are you okay?" with a whisper.
Well, it's like this, Thimble whispers back. It's one thing for Bera's attempt to cheat to not work. It's another thing for Rudovic to win both times. So quick question, is it a 6-sided dice?
Yes, it is 6-sided. D6, fuck.
Yep. So that means there's a 4 out of 6 chance. That's 2/3, a 66% chance for it to roll neither number. But now both times, something that has a 1/6 chance of happening twice in a row, both times in his favor, is a little suspicious.
As you're explaining that to Asumi, you look back at him and you can tell he's completely lost by your explanation.
All right. Let me put it like this. There's a 1 in 36% chance in him getting both numbers right.
Asumi responds with, I see. So it is either luck or he's cheating?
Yes. And it's entirely possible it's a rigged dice. Like, I mean, he also announces it in such a weird way.
I take my dice from the table and put it in my pocket.
Alright. As you guys see him do that, he acts normal about it, but still drunk. He did stumble a bit at first, and he just like just sloth like. Sorry, the drill is very loud. And I'm trying to hear, like, trying to lower the volume for the people at home. As he, like I said, Rudovic goes on ahead and he stumbles a bit trying to put the dice away. But he gets it. So you guys are enjoying your meal. What do you do now? Are you still just eating, or does anybody want to try their luck with Rudovic?
Yeah, I am not doing that. This is suspicious as hell. So I'm just gonna eat and just lean back in my chair, keep an eye out for anyone suspicious.
Alright. No one's suspicious yet. But you all do notice something. I know he isn't back yet, but I'm pretty sure he would approve of this small little joke. You all notice the Salis isn't around.
Wait a minute. Where the fuck is Silas? Part of this plan was to use him. God damn it.
Asumi responded with, I feel like we might have left him behind. He is rather slow.
I thought Luke was carrying him.
I
Oh,
thought that was
what?
back-
No,
I
I
thought
think
that
I
was
dropped him somewhere.
Dropped him where? Did you drop him in the fountain or something?
I don't remember. I kept trying to
Dimple.
cuddle in my grasp.
Asumi says he just face palms now, like just.
Alright. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go see if I can find him. So Fimble's gonna take out the coins for his steak sandwich and wizard mind bomb and then head out to find Silas.
Asumi is typing something. He says, you do that and I'll pay for the rest of the meal. For the rest of the... Sorry, he edited up. Hold up. Dude, don't delete your thing. Tell me wait and then delete it. I'm reading them. It's okay. What is it that you were trying to... What is it that you need to do? Yeah, no, the cleaning. I assume the cleaning is going to be a hassle since it's blood. Okay, so assuming response to Dimpum goes, you do that. I'll go on ahead and pay for the cleaning fee, and then try to escort our drunken friends and those who are in Cloud 9 back to the castle to sleep off this intoxication.
Sounds good. So I'm guessing. So how much would my sandwich and drink cost?
About 25 gold coins. For you, Asumi, the cleaning fee for you, with the cleaning fee would be a total of 126. Bera, with your food and then paying for Rudovic's steak, I suppose, you will be paying 65.
I don't got that.
You better figure something out. Ask Asumi
I'm
or
gonna.
something.
I'm sneaking out. I'm sneaking out.
Roll for stealth.
16.
So you see Thimble leaving, and you decide to go on ahead and try to leave with them, try to get behind them to sneak with them. Yeah, I'm assuming Rudovic, since you are rolling for perception, you want to see if you can spot them.
Yeah. I
You're
want
drunk.
to-
You get a disadvantage.
Yeah, I rolled twice, 22 and a 19.
Oh,
The 19 I took.
That is actually really
Uh-oh.
good. So you look at Asumi leave, and you're like, you look, and you see Bera isn't there, and you're looking around, wondering where they went, and you see them behind Thimble, trying to sneak out, like they're trying to blend in with the crowd with their height, but they're not following Thimble purposely. They're just trying to get behind them to pretend like they're following them.
I say, Bera, you better fucking stop right there. Could you roll me a wisdom save, please, Bera?
Yeah, 1 second.
Ooh.
19.
Alright, you do not get the frightened condition.
The fearful condition, okay. So you hear him say that, Bera. But you're not afraid. What do you do then?
I'm gonna book it.
Okay, so do you like try to go around Thimble, or you try to like bump it
I
into
just
him?
shove him out of the way.
You're gonna what?
Shove him. I'm gonna shove him out of the way.
Thimble, you get shoved, seeing Bera just bolt out of there, and Rudovic, you see her running.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me.
Fuck that. I take out my money. I look at the bartender and how much do I owe you for my steak, the illegal rum, and for the little gnomish woman?
Well, give me a moment. I'll check now. Hey! You! Twink! Get over here! Twinkie, tell me, how much did they... Oh. Okay. 64 gold coins in total!
Alright, here you go, sir, and I hand him over 65 gold pieces.
Alright. So, give me one moment. So you get up and you're like walking towards, or do you wait for the part? You said you were walking towards the bar.
I went towards the bar. I asked him how much I owed him.
Okay, yeah, just
Then
wanted to make sure.
paid him.
Okay, yeah, I want to make sure. Okay, so you walk to the bar, and then after asking the question and everything, you were wobbling around like crazy, and you get out. You're trying to like focus, and you're trying to get out the exact amount. I need a favor from you, and this is gonna be a situation I'm gonna need you to roll for a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
That's a 5, Chief.
Oof. Oh, this is gonna hurt your pocket. You put your gold coin pouch on the table, and you're trying to count the gold, but you're out of it. You're blasted. You accidentally give the bartender 20 extra gold coins, to which he assumes is tip, and goes, thank you for doing business with you.
No problem, sir. Now, have a good rest of the day. I need to chase down a little small rat. And I fucking ran out of the bar using dash and dash again because monk. So that's 200 feet movement. And I ran out of the bar and tried to chase down Biara.
Okay. What time is it? I'm gonna end the session early, so I'll allow this little chase scene. So you guys, Thimble, you finally make it outside, and the rest of you, you see Rudovik just rush towards the crowd, the tables, and he's just running. He's still drunk, but he managed to avoid bumping into anyone. Thimble, you hear heavy footstep coming your way. That as you open the door and you look back, how do you react to seeing Rudovik just running towards the door?
I'm
What
gonna
in the
attempt to throw
goddamn?
a vial of poison ivy juice at him.
Hold up, one at a time. Thimble, what do you do first?
What in the goddamn?
You see a big, angry man running to the door. Barra, what do you do?
I'm throwing a vial of poison ivy juice at him.
You want to throw it at Rudovik.
Yeah.
Okay. So Rudovik is just chasing after, just Thimble, you're like, what the fuck? And you see him just run past you. And you feel the wind hit you a little bit, like he's literally just running real quick. And you could tell he's running super fast. That you look at him chasing and you could see Barra running, that you notice you could probably put 2 to 2 together. Barra says that she turns around and tries to throw a potion. My issue is I do not know the rules for the throwing object. So give me one moment.
I mean, odds are there probably isn't any rules, so...
Yeah. So let's see. Needing I know it would usually need dexterity for that when you're throwing something, right?
Yeah, thrown weapons tend to be dexterity based.
Right. So, Barra, I'm gonna need you to roll dexterity and add your proficiency bonus to it. So regular dexterity plus whatever it is, and then plus your
23.
So 23, alright. Rudovik, does 23 hit you?
Yes. Question, what kind of damage would it deal since she threw a bottle at me?
Well, luckily it is a glass, so it would most likely do piercing damage. But how much? I would probably just roll.
David, I think your mic cut off.
I was saying that considering that it is glass, it would be piercing damage, and I would just need to roll just one little thing.
Roll me damage, please.
Yeah, I will tell you damage in a minute. Barra, do me a favor and just roll for a 1d6. It's a small vial, so I cannot imagine it doing anything more.
Once I figure out how to do that.
Yeah, I believe there's a...
There's a symbol of a D20 in the left downwards corner. You click that and D6. Easy.
Thank you.
A 2.
Deflect attack at 12. No fucking damage.
No
Swipe it out of...
Alright. So you go on ahead, you're chasing after them, and you see it coming after you, that you decided to just, instead of grabbing it or anything, you wanted to let it hit you, but you didn't want to let it hit you too much, that you just smack it out of the way. But you smacked it hard enough, or it came at you hard enough, that when you smacked it, the glass shattered. And luckily, you're not cut or pierced by the glass, but you are drenched by the liquid in it.
Oh no, that's
And-
poison ivy juice.
And you start feeling incredibly itchy. I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw. Barra, real quick, what is your I will make it a spell DC save for you on this level. What is it? Yeah, it should be in spells and what your I think it was called save DC.
Yeah, 13.
13.
21.
21.
Why are you so stacked?
What?
Why is he so stacked?
I don't know. But he resists the urge to stop and scratch, and he's just chasing after you. So this is gonna be the part where I'm gonna this is a chase scenario. I want the both of you to roll for initiative.
That's a 13.
And
A 10. Oh boy. Alright. So, Rudovic, you're first. And to give you the distance, from the running outside and everything, Bera, you is at least 30 feet away from you. And you are about 25, you, Rudovic, are about 25 feet away from the tavern, which Dimple can still see this from the distance.
So you said she is 30 feet away from me.
Yeah, she's about 30 feet away from you. Yes, just 30 feet.
I don't even need to dash. I
Oh,
just
God.
go towards her. I have 50 feet walking speed, so just go over towards her.
Ben's going at Mach 20.
His reaction here, hold on, but he's T-posing at her.
Bro is a step ahead in front of the Furlash.
So Bera, as you turn back to look a bit, you see this giant man just for which he could see he's catching up to you, and you see he just turns his dash into a quick jog to where you can see him getting closer to you. So you get closer to her, obvious. What do you do then?
I would like to punch her with an unarmed strike. I know I have disadvantage because of the fucking drink, so that's a 15 to hit.
Does it hit?
Yeah, my armor class is 14.
Alright.
Alright, so give me a constitution save, please.
20.
Alright, you are not stunned, but your speed is halved until the start of my next turn, and the next attack roll has advantage, alright. And also I use Hail Stumble, which gives you the prone condition. And also I'm gonna roll damage, that's 9 damage.
Alright. So, is 9 damage dealt? Yeah, after this, depending on how they end this, the both of them, yeah. So Bera, you turn around and you see him, Superman punch right at you, because I don't know why Superman punch is the most famous thing you could see, but you turn to see him just BOW! Right in the kisser. And as you see that, you just stumble to the ground a bit, rolling before you get back up without being stunned or anything. Is there anything else you want to do, Rudovic, or do you end your turn?
You know what? I'm gonna use a second attack. That's a 25 to hit. And my advantage from the stunning strike, cancels out this disadvantage.
Yes.
Wait. If an enemy is prone, what does that do exactly?
If you're what, I'm sorry?
How does prone work?
When it comes to canceling out disadvantage, I believe it would make it just it would make it into just a regular roll. It would cancel out, but it wouldn't make it an advantage. It would just make it a regular roll.
Okay, so because of the stunning strike I used, my next attack has advantage, and because she's in prone, I should have advantage, but I got a 25 to hit, so I'm not gonna roll again, and that's 7 damage.
Alright. Rudovic, you
End
just
of my turn.
Yes?
That's an end of my turn.
Alright. So yeah, so Rudovic goes and strikes again. Pow! Barra, you feel that? What do you do?
I want to cast Minor Illusion. In attempt to distract Rudovic so I can get away.
But what do you do?
I want to make the Minor Illusion. You ever see those sensory videos of berries dancing?
Okay, let me rephrase that. Not what do you do, how do you do that? Because you want to try to distract them. Obviously, you're going to have
Yeah, Minor Illusion.
Yeah, but like, do you put it in front of you and then try to make the dancing berry
put it
illusion?
in front of me.
Okay.
I put it in front of me.
So you move
I
back
want
a
them
little.
to be dancing to try to distract them.
All right, so you move back a little bit. What's your normal speed? It's 30, right?
Yeah.
All right. So since it's half, that would be 15. So you move. We'll say 10 feet away. How much do you want to move away from him?
5. Right now.
All right. So for now, you move 5 feet away from them. And you activate the minor illusion. And I believe minor illusion doesn't need a save right now, right? Because I know he needs to roll for perception, but does it need?
Second.
Yeah.
They have to, I guess, take a study action.
If a creature uses next time the sound or the creature can... I need to use an action to determine what the fuck it is, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure something out here. Alright, so looking at it, you would have to roll. Okay, so you use that, and that's done of your action. Do you continue to move away from him?
Yeah, now I'm gonna try to sneak away
All right.
with these dancing in front of them.
Okay, so you can't do anything else like stealth right now. But since you are moving away, you did a 5 movement, so you only have 10 movement speed left, which means you're now a total of 15 feet away from him. Alright?
Okay.
Alright. So yeah, Rudovic, it is now your turn, and you're gonna have to roll for investigation with disadvantage.
I already rolled, and it's a good old 10, and that should... And her spell save DC is 13, so I fail.
Sorry, repeat that?
He failed.
I failed.
Ah, you failed. Alright. Alright. So with that, you see... You look at this, and all of a sudden, you remember punching Bera twice, and now she's in front of you dancing? What? what would you do? What is your reaction to this?
What the fuck? I try to like reach out my hand to fucking stop her from dancing. You know, like grab her by the shoulder.
All right.
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
All right. So you try to grab her, which will count as an action. It's grapple, I guess, but it's an illusion. So you try to grab her, like, what the fuck? And your hand just goes right through her. And I believe it, hold on, let me make sure I'm not being crazy. Alright, so you see that eventually it is an illusion, and it starts becoming faint to you. You start seeing through it, and you start slowly seeing behind her. You don't see Bera there anymore, and because of your drunkenness, you just assume that you can assume you either killed her so hard that she's a ghost now, or you're too drunk and your eyesight is probably just playing tricks on you, making you think that Bera is blurred out from your eyesight, if you get what I mean.
Timbo! I scream like back towards the bar. Timbo!
He can Thimble, you can respond if you want.
Yeah.
I think I killed her!
Okay.
Come here, please!
No. Then Thimble just walks away to look for Silas.
Yeah, so Thimble just walks away saying no, not dealing with this. What would you like to do then, Rodovic?
I would fucking like fall down to my knees and be like, I didn't want to kill her. It was not supposed to happen. I didn't want to kill her. Just fucking sobbing there, being like, what the? I killed her.
Okay, yeah, assuming, yeah. To make an assumption here real quick, environmental turn. Assuming walks out and sees Rudovic crying on his knees. Assuming, like, you can hear him say, I killed her, on a dancing illusion Bera. Pausing with you guys now. Rudovic, was there anything else you would like to do before you end your turn?
No, I just fucking sob there and fucking say that over and over again.
Alright, so Bera, it is your turn now. What would you do? You hear all that happening, and you take a peek behind you to see him actually thinking that a dancing version of you is dead. What would you do?
I'm going back to the inn. I don't want to be here anymore.
So where do you go back to? Where?
Wherever we're staying, the guard barracks, or I don't remember where we're staying.
The barracks, yeah, the Folador barrack. So you return
I'm going back to the barracks.
the castle, yeah. All right. So yeah, you want to dash there because it's gonna be a while before you can disengage the combat.
Yeah, I'm gonna start dashing. I'm getting out of here.
So 60 feet, and you're just like, nope. Those were hard punches. All right.
I have my big backpack just jiggling the whole time.
All right. Ending your turn there, I assume. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. With that, Rudovic, it is your turn. Do you still sob there and everything, or?
I still believe that this is just the ghost of Bera fucking taunting me. Like, just still being on my knees and fucking sobbing and believing I killed her.
All right. So then, safe to assume you end your turn there?
Yes.
Alright, so Asumi says he wants to walk up while directing Zelda, Kazarick, and Luke with him. He walks up to you and goes, Rudovic, what is wrong? Why are you crying? Are you crying because of Bera's dancing move?
Look at it, her ghost! They killed her, kurwa.
When he says that, do you want to investigate on the illusion, Asumi? Because you wouldn't know. He does, not you. Alright, he says yes, he's gonna roll. He's rolled a 7. What does your spell save, Bera?
13.
Yeah, you failed that then. So you don't see what he means, but you just do see her just dancing in a very cheerful, goofy way, confused as hell on what he's talking about. Let's see, she's 60 feet. I believe she's 60 feet away now. No, wait, hold up. I'm trying to make some calculations. All right, so Bera, it is now your turn. You can disengage now.
I'm disengaging and then still going for the barracks.
All right. So you start running and running and running and running and running. You look back and you see even Asumi was confused by your illusion, not knowing it was an illusion. So a part of you you could say a part of you maybe feels proud that you managed to trick even a white knight. But at the end of the day, you're out of here and you managed to quickly make it to the castle just running. And with that, we're ending the session here a little bit early because I don't really know what else we can do since Thimple wants to look for Silas. So, thank you so much, everyone at home, for watching this very cringe-worthy stream. And thank you all for participating. I know Luke left because he had to go, so obviously, on him. And for the rest of you, I hope to see you all tomorrow. Next week for the campaign 5. So long and farewell.